Storations. Oh. Shake the gangs off. Got another UFC fighter busted. Busted. Who got this time? Hector Lombard. Suspended for 1 year for sex steroids. UFC 182 win overturned. Here's a picture of Hector. Now he looks like a gear user, just like everyone else who looks like this on the gear, bruh. On the sex steroids. Just like the contraceptive pill. Sex steroid, testosterone, sex steroid. So unfortunately he got pinged. People are like, oh, I'm losing faith in the UFC, you know. It's like people are cheating. Like, your job is to fucking win. You're paid to fucking win. It's the UFC, mate. It's not cycling where you could probably be a, domestic or whatever. This is winner gets fucking paid. If you're losing every single fight you're in, you're out. How many people in the UFC have lost every single fight and stick around? And at that level, now that the money's more than ever before, the competition's higher than ever before. Because there's more money, there's more competition. So people are willing to do whatever the fuck it takes. And do you know how hard you can punch? Do you know how much harder you can punch when you take testosterone? I mean, I've done testosterone. It is insane how much harder you can fucking punch. Knee, elbow, kick. I remember pulling a shopping trolley out and almost busted a tendon in my hand. My arms become so strong just from a contraceptive dose of testosterone and anthate for 4 weeks. Just a contraceptive dose. My arms become so strong compared to my tendons in my hand. I almost pulled the hand out of the joint or whatever. I was just pulling this trolley and it's like, oh, yanking it. And I was like, what the fuck happened then, man? So it's insane. My strength was just off the fucking charts, man. It was insane. I'm an endurance athlete, someone who specialises in going up mountains and riding my bike far. My strength was out the fucking roof. So people are surprised when UFC fighters or boxers or soccer players, these power sports where it's boom, explosive, kick, punch, hit, uppercut. People are surprised people are taking drugs. It's just how it is, bro. It's business, mate. It's business, man. You're paid to fucking win. If you can't fucking win, we'll find a fighter or a soccer player who can. Alright? It is just, I just love reading all the fanboys' comments. I mean, there's a picture of here, he's fighting someone. That guy's in the gear. He's got the red chest. You get the red chest going on the red face. And people lose their hair. A lot of guys lose hair because your follicle-stimulating hormone gets shut down. It gets shut right off because your HPG access gets shut down. Same with the contraceptive pill. Shuts your follicle-stimulating and luteinizing hormone down. Some men prone to premature balding will, when they're taking anabolics like testosterone, then boom, your hair will drop pretty quick. That's just cosmetics. No health issues there. But I love reading Hector Lombard's little, I didn't take anything, I didn't knowingly take anything, blah, blah, blah. And that's cool, that's just the game you play, you know. So what's my thoughts on Hector? Just another pro UFC fighter in 2015 doing whatever it fucking takes to get the paycheck to feed his family or whatever. And people like Dana White, they know what's going on, man. So they keep this show rolling because the average UFC fan is just someone drunk and just going, yeah, man, let's pull a few bongs and listen to what's his face, Joe Rogan podcast or whatever. And I listen to Joe Rogan podcast and he has some interesting insights in that, but just too many bongs, man. Too many bongs. I think Joe should get off the bongs, be a bit more sharp. That's just my opinion there, but a bit separate to this. But yeah, man, it's steroids, bro. But what would be funny, what would be cool is if all these professional athletes who fucking train full-time as professional athletes took advice from some of the kids down the beach or some of the guys who have YouTube videos and claim they're full natural. So like, how the fuck is a pro athlete whose job is to train full-time and they're taking anabolic steroids have less muscle than the average dude down the beach who's obviously taking gear, but says, gear? I don't take gear. I look like Ziz, but I don't take nothing. Just for full natty, bro. I went from like 60 kilos to 102 kilos in like, 18 months, mate. Just hard work, dedication, bro. Hashtag soldier. Why don't the pro athletes stop taking steroids and listen to these beach dudes down the gym or whatever who claim to be full natty, bro? Why don't they? Because it's all a fucking joke anyway. Because everyone's on the gear, mates. Everyone's on the gear who's got impressive aesthetics or who is crunching out dudes in the octagon. Who's just, you can just see the level of musculature. All right, that's a dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. There you go. Some more comments and criticisms. Just sharing my honest opinion in the public interest, based on the evidence presented to me by the mass media. Remember, kids, don't do drugs, and drugs work.
And he's successful, and he leads the Tour de France, and he possibly wins the Tour de France. Do you know what they say? They say, it's impossible. So he must be doing something. We only have one thing to hide, and that's our hard work. To think that I'm going to come back into sport and risk my life with performance-enhancing drugs is crazy.